That day, in my small backyard, something quite amusing happened. The old Muscovy drake, once cold and lonely, finally decided to take the young female duck out for her very first tour. To my surprise, the scene was both funny and heartwarming at the same time. The old drake, usually slow and solemn, walking as if lost in deep thoughts, now held his head high, stepping carefully, as if proudly showing off his companion. The young female duck looked around with wide, curious eyes, pecking at everything she found interesting. He led her around the banana trees behind the house, where he once hid from the sun with his late mate, past the old pond where he had quietly spent months, and up to the backyard where he loved to stand and watch the wind. This time, however, his steps were lighter, his tail feathers occasionally wagging, and he would glance at her to make sure she was keeping up. The young duck chirped happily, sometimes running ahead, sometimes hiding just behind him. At one point, she slipped on the wet ground near a clump of sugarcane, almost falling. The old drake immediately moved to shield her with his wide wings like a protective umbrella. No words were spoken, but in that moment I understood. He had softened, and a new chapter had begun for him. By the end of the stroll, the two ducks stood side by the pond, gazing at their reflections in the water. I watched from afar and realized, for the first time in over a year, the old Muscovy drake was no longer alone.